Nervous?
No.
Oh, good. Okay. 56. Mr. Roland,
Yes, sir.
you've been teaching here a long time, training here much longer. How long have you been training?
Since 2015, so 11 years?
Okay. And teaching for, I always lose track.
Since 2021? So 5 years. Has it been 5 years already?
Wow.
I think so.
Okay. It feels so much longer.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of people that come here that just kind of think you've always been here, which you have been here a long time.
Yes.
But they don't understand the backstory that you didn't just walk in here one day wanting to train. You actually came because your daughter started training.
Correct.
And she trained for a long time before you started.
4 years. She got her first degree and decided to ask me if I wanted to do the Buddy Week in January of 2015. And I said, sure. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. So your entry to this wasn't like, I'm in a place in my life where I need to make changes, or I want to get in a certain shape, or whatever. It's more, it's like, okay.
Well, so yes and no. Was I looking to start training again? Sure. But McKenna doing what she did and wanting me to do it as well kind of put me over the edge to come, I guess.
And the funny thing is that I'm sure nobody knows this, but the reason, and by the way, McKenna, your daughter, is a murderer.
Yes.
Like, she's awesome, and she's always been really good. Like, she never said a word when she was young.
No.
But like, is a formidable black belt with pound for pound, like the hardest kick in the school.
Yes.
But anyway, so the whole reason that you're here now teaching the entire kids jiu-jitsu class and teaching all the classes that you are and having the impact that you are on people is because a young me, who maybe even had hair at the time, I don't even remember, was asked to do a class for Girl Scouts in Voluntown.
Yes.
And they asked me, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, I hated doing that stuff. I despise going out there and like doing these weird things that get me out of my comfort zone. It's
Yes.
like Girl Scouts. I did it though, because I was like, they asked me to, I better go do it. So I remember going out there, and it was outside, and there was like only like 6 or 7 girls.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I drove all the way out to the edge of Rhode Island just for this thing. But McKenna was the only kid who signed up from that.
She loved it.
Yeah, and then all these years later, she's moved on and she's working and college
Yes.
and all that stuff. But you're still here, and now you are having an effect on people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for me like begrudgingly going and teaching the Girl Scouts, like
Right. So I take a great deal of pride in affecting young kids. If I had known earlier in my life that this is what I enjoyed, I would have focused more on instructing people.
Yeah. Well, because I think like we hear this sometimes now that there are kids that come in. I can think of a few that are like 8 and they're like, I want to be a martial arts teacher. They just
Yes.
they just know right away. But you were like deep in a career at the casino.
Yes.
At a time, but we weren't thinking about teaching at all. Just we're just wanted to come and train and stuff. And then you really liked it and stuck with it. But
Yes.
probably, I'm sure at the time you weren't at all considering like, oh yeah, I'm going to be like a top dog.
No, I didn't think that at all. But when I was at the casino, my boss at the time asked me if I wanted to teach adults how to play or deal poker. And doing that, watching grown people get something that they had no clue of what to do when they walked through the door was very satisfying to me. And that got me more interested in instructing just in general.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm sure there's parallels between teaching adults to take people through gambling card games and teaching 6-year-olds how to do arm bars for a mouth.
Yes, you have to break everything down step by step, piece by piece, in order for it to click.
Yeah.
And when it does, it is very satisfying.
I agree with that. So McKenna gets her black belt, goes to college, drifts in and out sometimes.
Yes.
She's kind of a legendary figure at this point. She'll come in sometimes and kind of enigmatically just show up and blast some pads, and it was like, whoa, and then she disappears for another 9 months or whatever. Serena, your wife, is a black belt.
Yes.
Got her black belt, doing some other stuff now, but so like it is a family affair.
Yes. We all enjoyed training together for the years that we did. Obviously, life goes on, and they find other interests, and
yeah, I don't take it at all personally.
yeah.
But you're still here.
Yes, I'm still here, and I will be here till you kick me out.
Okay. I don't know what that would take, because we have that bald guy like solidarity thing
Yes.
going on. But you got your black belt in 360 in what year?
2018.
2018, and then you've also been doing jujitsu. In fact, you started jujitsu when we were over on the other location.
Yes.
You were like one of the first guys in the morning class, anyway.
Yes.
Over there.
There aren't any of us. Well, I'm the only one from morning class from over there.
Right, Karate Rob is still kind of in and out and stuff, but like, yeah, we that was a pretty small class for a long time. There was only like 4 of you guys that were sort of regulars or whatever, and now you are here teaching. And I don't want to like, I don't know how to bring this up without being too bold about it. I happen to know your preference. Obviously, you like everything that we do in training and teacher, but you have one that speaks to you more.
Yes.
We won't say which one that is, but not that you're you just and this is not uncommon that for people that will start with Krav Maga.
Yes.
We'll try jujitsu on a whim and then just be like, oh, this is really cool.
Yes. So I tell everybody that asks, you do them both, and I tell them, I said, yes, I do them both. Krav, because it keeps me fit, and jujitsu because it is very it's the thing I think about when I'm outside of the dojo.
Right.
I don't think about Krav when I'm outside of the dojo.
And that's a real thing, because Krav Maga is purposely a smaller system with a lot less techniques. Like the things that work for self-defense have kind of been distilled at this point, and Krav Maga is like, let's not branch out and do anything too artistic or movie.
Yes.
Hollywood inspired. Let's just really stick to the stuff that works, which is honestly, that's the reason I love Krav Maga.
Oh, yes.
Coming from a system that had a lot of flowery jump kicks and weird, kind of movie looking stuff. I really enjoy the down and dirty, like this is the stuff that works, train it, and this is for survival of Krav Maga. But it does shrink the system down. And obviously as black belts, we both know that there's no one single technique that you will ever master.
Correct.
There's gonna be the simplest, most day one white belt move that you can always refine and get better at. But jiu-jitsu is way different.
Yes.
Because jiu-jitsu, you cannot learn all of jiu-jitsu. No one person, the best jiu-jitsu specialist on earth, will never learn every move in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's just too vast.
Yes. You focus on one thing that you enjoy, and that becomes part of your game.
Yeah. And I'm sure you've noticed this too, and I'll ask you to talk more about it, that Krav Maga is sort of like, I guess it's like paint by the numbers. Jiu-jitsu is more like swirl the paints up and see what happens, because when you train in jiu-jitsu even for a little while, you get a sense of somebody's personality like immediately when you start
100%.
sparring with them.
Yes.
And you can't really do jiu-jitsu without expressing yourself. Even though a lot of jiu-jitsu guys will say, I'm not a martial artist, that's like nerd kid taekwondo belt factory stuff. But I don't think that there is a martial art that is more expressive than jiu-jitsu.
I agree.
And not even if you're going into it for that reason. Do you agree with that?
I do, because I've told other students when they ask me about Krav and jiu-jitsu, what's the difference? I said, I will tell them punching and blocking certain techniques that we teach here is like learning how to play checkers. When you jump in the jiu-jitsu room, yes, there are moves that you will gravitate towards but it's more of a mind game. It's more, how do I get him to do something so I can pull off what I want to do.
Fall into a trap. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like 3-level Vulcan chess.
Yes, and that's a big reason why I enjoy it.
And you can see too, you know, obviously we have a lot of jiu-jitsu students, but like even a brand new white belt will come in and you'll start training with them, and you'll know more about their personality within a couple minutes of sparring than you will from talking to them.
Yes.
Because they can't hide it, you know. So if they're really nervous, you feel that. If they're confident, not confident, you know, you'll feel all that stuff right away. You know,
100%. So Larissa, Eloise's mom, had jumped into jiu-jitsu 2 weeks ago, and I told her right off the bat, I said, you're either gonna get bit really hard or you're just gonna not enjoy it.
Wait a minute, we gotta clarify for anyone watching this. We don't bite in jiu-jitsu.
No, we don't bite.
Biting is a Krav Maga thing, and we don't even bite in Krav Maga. So there's no biting in jiu-jitsu, although there was that one time. But we're not gonna, metaphorically.
Yes, you get bit by a bug.
Yeah.
The jiu-jitsu bug, if you get bit by it, it's either gonna take over your mind or you're just gonna come in recreationally. And the people who really enjoy it, get bit by the jiu-jitsu bug, want to come as much as they want, as many times as they can.
We had a guy training here for a while who was also a Foxwoods guy, and he was a dealer, I think. And he said that at any given moment, 20% of his mind was on dealing and 80% was thinking about how to pass the guard and escape mount and get arm bars. It really does. It like gets in there because it's very, very engrossing. So just get back to this in general. Obviously, you have found a real gratifying passion for teaching.
Yes.
And at first you were kind of teaching adults most, but now you're in charge of the kids' jiu-jitsu class and have been for a long time, which has like exploded.
Yes.
It's gotten very big. So what are some of the things that you've noticed in being a teacher, maybe about, you know, kids or just humans in general, or like what are the things that I guess you didn't expect from teaching that are now things that you enjoy?
So I noticed this kind of early on, having both boys and girls in the kids' jiu-jitsu class, that the girls are retain the information more than boys.
That is definitely true.
It's very strange, and their rolling gets better exponentially more than boys. There are some boys out there that love it, enjoy it, and will keep pace with a girl, but generally, if they start at the same time, the girl will get better and the boy just
Girls get better like this.
Yes.
And boys go like this.
Yes. They I think it's the whole competitive I need to win thing.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah, that's true. Grown-ups are just big kids anyway. It's true in the adult class too. The men have the you know, I'm never gonna tap ego, which of course is antithetical to actual growth. I mean, the more you tap, the better you're gonna get, the faster you're gonna get. But it's something about even young girls are just like, they're more mature, number one.
Yes.
You know, through all of life, I think.
100%.
But just, you know, are a little bit more like, oh, okay, this is what I have to do. Whereas like boys have to contend with like this hierarchical blah blah blah. You know,
yes, they always want to be better than the boy next to them.
Yeah.
It's just, so I joke with the kids. The XX and XY. XXs are better, and XYs are wise for a reason. Because they will always the XXs, the girls will always ask boys, why? Why do you do what you do? And the girls just do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience.
That's deep. That might be good marriage advice too.
Yes. Because they would, all the women ask the men, why? We don't.
Yeah, why did you do that? Why did you go up on the roof to shovel the roof and then snow shovel the roof and then you fell off the roof?
Yes.
I don't know why I did that, because I'm stupid. Because we don't know either.
Yes, we don't know. We just did. We thought it was a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, we'll never know.
No, we won't.
No. So anyway, since we've unraveled the differences between the genders, in this short talk. So as an instructor, what do you look forward to in the future? Is it more of the same, or for your own growth in training or teaching? What do you look forward to in the coming years before I kick you out, I guess?
Well, I want to learn as much as I can and get better at what I do, both in Krav and Jiu-Jitsu. Krav is going to be always growing as well as Jiu-Jitsu, but Jiu-Jitsu is, as you get older and deal with the young ones, it becomes a little more difficult. So it's harder to grow as you get older.
You keep getting older, but they keep being 22.
Yes. 22, big, fast. So, and that's another part of Jiu-Jitsu. You have to bring them into your world as far as your grappling style. I can't roll with the fast guys.
Well, and that's another thing about Jiu-Jitsu. As you get deeper into it, you get smarter about Jiu-Jitsu. Not just more physical prowess, which at our ages are both going down.
Yes.
But you get a little bit smarter. So I have seen many times, even in the last few weeks, people fall into your traps and do Jiu-Jitsu. Younger, more explosive guys, they just fall into your trap and you catch them with something and they're like, ah!
Yes.
You got me again. Yeah, because you're a young, dumb man.
Why?
Why? Yeah, as we we're just older dumb men now. But
yes.
But that is true. There's two other things I want to bring up. Number one, in USKMA, which is obviously a national organization,
yes.
They all know you as 56.
Correct. You're
kind of like a thing now, and they're like, oh, 56 or whatever. Some call you 65, but we'll get them there. So we're getting ready for KravCon, so everyone USKMA is excited to come and see 56. The other thing was, so you were lucky enough to have quite a few years training with Marcio.
Yes.
So Marcio was our teacher from Brazil, 8th degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, grandmaster status in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, legitimate legend in the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
We lost him to cancer earlier this year. What are some things you remember? Because he liked you. He met 56, brother. How you doing? He knew your nickname.
Yes.
And remembered you every time, and liked to demonstrate on you also.
Yes, he
which
did.
was fun. But what are some memories you have of Marcio, or maybe things that you will like? I find myself thinking about this too. It's like, I know this is hokey, but like sometimes I see Marcio. The end of Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Where Yoda and Darth Vader, they're dead, but they're like ghosts and they're
yes.
waving back. I see Marcio standing, like next to them. And I think that sometimes, like, as much influence as he had when he was alive, like that influence is still yes. very strong and will continue to ripple and continue, because people like us are going to continue in his name and
yes.
with the way that he taught us. So just, I don't know if you feel the same way, but
I do.
Are there any big memories from him, or just things that you really took away from getting to train with somebody of his status?
The way Marcio had passion for Jiu-Jitsu and enjoyed sharing his knowledge with everybody is my big take on Marcio. Oh, here we go.
I didn't do this on purpose.
I know.
He is a quick crier.
But yes, having Marcio in our lives, and it was for the 11 years that I'm training, he would come twice a year to our area, and his presence alone is enough to change lives in general, just not even on the mats. The way he was very happy to see every soul that he came in contact with, and would just say hi and smile and give him a hug. That's the kind of person I strive to be. It's very difficult. I'm not as introverted as you.
As well as guys that grew up in New England, period. Like we tend to be a little bit more.
Yes, distance. Like hey, how you doing?
His energy for people was alien to me, but that's part of the reason why he was so great.
Yes, I agree 100%, and he will live on within us for sure, but it's very sad that he's not around to help us affect the younger generation.
Yeah, and I'm, I didn't mean to come in and make you emotional, but do you remember Marcio's big hugs when he would say 56 and he embrace you and you could feel his martial arts energy?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the thing that really, the first time I met Marcio, it's immediate, the energy he had, and just, he was hugging everybody, and his hands were so huge. You shake babies' hands and stuff. And I knew that he was my teacher a few minutes after meeting him. Yes. I went to his school for a private class. I was like, oh, this is my guy. And then we started doing jiu-jitsu.
Right.
It was like one of those things. And then I realized, oh, he's not just a guy that like started in the 70s and stayed.
Yeah.
He was a legitimate martial arts master, which
100%.
There's a lot of people that call themselves that. I have met a few in my life that are legit. I would consider, I don't even like that title, but there are some people that I would say, oh yeah, that's the real thing. And he was absolutely the real thing. But to me, that was like secondary.
Yes. Just, I believe to be an instructor that people respect, you have to have a passion for what you do. And if it's just instructional, drill instructor, then people aren't they're gonna see right through it. They're gonna see that this isn't their place. And I believe the membership that we have sees us as those kind of people, the people that enjoy instructing, teaching what we have in our minds, and sharing the knowledge we have for either Krav or Jiu-Jitsu, and that's why they're here. We affect lives.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I got started in martial arts for the moves. Right. I wanted to learn how to fight. I was like a kid who got picked on or whatever. But now it's just completely, I'm just so far past all that at this point. Now it's just like, I see the kids come in, I see the adults come in, and I'm just happy that they're here.
Yes.
It's just one of those things. Don't necessarily show it in the same way that Marcio did.
No.
And he really was a rare character. Like, for those who aren't aware, there's an instructor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu named Marcelo Garcia. The kids would call him the GOAT. Probably the greatest Jiu-Jitsu competitor of all time. He's also known as being the nicest guy in Jiu-Jitsu. He's very humble, very smiley. I met him once, and he was very nice, but there's a difference because he is reserved and quiet, and Marcio was the opposite.
Yes.
Marcio was just like hugging everyone and just so interested in you and asking about you, and just for real. I mean, it's the kind of enthusiasm that you just can't fake.
No, you can't. You try.
Yeah, all you can do is try, and I do think that's what his legacy will be.
Yes.
To continue that type of approach to instruction, not just being technical and not just being an instructor who's trying to teach students to win championships. It's like way deeper than that, I think. Okay, any last parting comments? You had no idea we were going to do this. Like,
no,
3 minutes before this, I was like, "Can you go in the room?" And that was
Yes, this was good.
I wanted to sideswipe because I wanted to get the human element. If we can get a couple of tears in there, it's very compelling. So that's
good.
But I guess, I don't know, anything else you want to say, maybe to anybody who's watching this, younger students who are coming up, about your origin story, or, things that major takeaways that you've gotten from training?
From training, just do it for you. It's not, you're not doing it for anybody else but yourself. And if you're doing it for yourself, you have to enjoy it, and that way you will put forth your best effort every time. And
it doesn't hurt to be bald. Oh, that's the other thing. The last thing I want to say. People don't know this about you. You're bald by choice. You can grow hair.
I can.
We're in different situations. You
Oh.
you are bald for utility purposes or aesthetic purposes.
Well, it was back in the day. I was playing pickup softball and too much hair. It got really hot, so I just
Yeah, because I saw a picture of you when you were younger. You had like Fonzie hair.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
see? Can you imagine that?
Well, yes. But the widow's peaks have gotten higher. So I tried to grow it a couple of years ago, and Serena said, "What are you doing? It looks horrible."
See, you got a good situation, because my wife, 15 years of shaving my head, she still hasn't gotten closure on that. I still hear her. I hear her think sometimes when I walk in and I'm still bald, and she goes, ugh. She just makes this noise. It's mental, but I can hear it.
So that, because she likes Bon Jovi, but that's besides the point. But her favorite people are like The Rock, Vin Diesel,
Oh, she has a type.
Shamar Moore. They're all bald.
She has a type.
She has a type.
Yeah, my wife's type is Leonardo DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling.
They have hair.
Everyone with hair. It's just, you know. Anyway, let's end on that note. That's our first interview here with Mr. Roland, and stay bald.
Please.